What is up, guys? It's CJ here, and today we are back with a very important video here on Bitcoin. So I'm gonna kind of take you through my thesis of what is going on and kind of explain the range that we're in. You know, I know there's a lot of deceit in this space, and we're here to shed some light, show our ideas, and explain why Bitcoin is going to 74K. This is nothing new. This is not bear posting. This is just analyzing the charts from a technical perspective and looking for patterns, and we are going to present all the evidence in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. We have Bitcoin USDT here. Using the USDT chart, actually, slight nugget lately, way better for scalping. Look at the 30-second, look at the 15-minute. Just seeing the POIs being a lot better on USDT lately. So we are going to start with this potential local PO3. And there's a lot of ways you can look at this range. And I'm looking at it either like a PO3 or as a 1, 2, 3 Wyckoff model. Either or works, and we're going to break down the different reasons why. So I'm going to back out and I'm going to show you guys my macro Bitcoin chart here. So we're going to get rid of just the names here just so it can become a little bit cleaner, but understand that this is the range, manipulation, and expansion. These are power of 3 schematics, PO3 schematics. So remember this range. I'm going to show you some things, and you know what? We don't have this clean enough. We were back testing this range many times, but we'll get rid of this. Let me see here. Lots of supply in this area, as we can see. Get rid of all this stuff. Okay. Let's put our hidden liquidity back because it actually did put in work. That purple is hidden liquidity, different than just the regular supply. But this was a Wyckoff model right here that sent us down, and I'm going to connect some dots, for lack of a better term, between all the charts here that I'm going to show. Here we have Bitcoin USD. We were doing a lot of back testing on this range, so we need to clean it up a little bit, but here we go. Also, these are from 2021, and we're going to get into it. So here is Bitcoin USD, and now you may be saying, CJ, where is the Wyckoff exactly? Because we have more taps. We have more taps. What are these taps doing here? We don't have a clean 1, 2, 3. Wow, okay, so we've really been doing back testing on here. I'm just seeing this now. I'm just seeing this for the first time. Boom. Okay, let's get rid of all of that. But here's the chart, and lots of people are looking at these charts, right? And so there has to be a level of manipulation, and we're going to get into deeper layers of the manipulation. So zooming out on Bitcoin here, we should have really used a different chart, but we have some things to show here on this other 2021 range. But notice some similarities already here on the Bitcoin chart. So our structure is trending up on the 2-day, on every time frame. The highest time frame is the 2-week, where, you know, drawing our structure from the low, not going to draw it exactly, but we have this structure, and we did get a structure pull right there on the 2-week, breaking that back aggressively. If you remember that liquidation event, that is just Bitcoin doing what Bitcoin does. That is just the market moving. So we got that 2-week break of structure. This is massive. You know, expectational order flow, which is a fancy way of saying where we're going next, is now a lower high for the lower low, in which case we are completing this Wyckoff schematic, Wyckoff model 1, TCT model 1, more of a Wyckoff here, not a TCT model, but our target is to come to 74K, and I'm going to back this up. So hold on. Next, we're going to start with this. You may be saying, CJ, where is exactly the Wyckoff? I want to show you how it's hidden. Here it is, right here on Bitcoin Euro. So who's checking the Bitcoin Euro chart? Not as many people. They hit it on USD. Look at how clean it is. Now for all the Wyckoff guys, all the TCT guys, here is your Wyckoff model on Bitcoin Euro. The technical target is right here. Let's get the drawing tool out. Right here. Technical target. Whoa, wrong chart. Right here. Technical target right here. Extend the range. Wow. Okay. Let's get rid of that, please. Okay. Technical target right here. Same range, same time frame, 74K. That's what we're looking for. Get rid of that. So here it is on Bitcoin Euro, and now we're going to look locally as well. Before we look locally though, I'm going to show you another chart. This is called total, and it's the total market cap of crypto. So obviously this is heavily influenced by Bitcoin. Here's your Wyckoff right here. 1, 2, 3, picture perfect, return to zone. Now we have this range. Everyone has this range. Technical target right here. You know, I saw people bull posting total on X, and you know, that to me that's plain just deceit. You know, I'm expecting 2.3 trillion. Gonna show another chart. This is USDT dominance. You may be asking yourself, what the hell is going on here? This doesn't look like my USDT dominance chart. Sorry, fellas. I'm playing it in reverse. If you haven't seen my latest X post, it is about playing this chart in reverse. Because, so that it matches up, we are inversing anyways. My brain just wants to see it. But this is the actual chart. We are playing an accumulation. This being a TCT EHP model, which is a variation of a Wyckoff Model 2. Here, our technical target is not met, which is right here. Gonna invert it again. Super nice distribution. Inverted, right? Technical target right here. We can also, you saw how total we can come lower. I'm expecting USDT dominance here at 7.5%. So you can see how we're connecting the dots. We're looking for our technical target at 74K right here. Now, let's zoom in more locally and see what we have going on, because it has been rather tricky. And I believe I have a chart. Boom. Okay. Here is Bitcoin. You can see November 9th, 2021. This was last cycle. You remember, you can see everything lining up here. I just want to show you guys a perfect lineup. Let's see here. So here's the range starting point. Accumulation that starts the range, goes up, building a return to zone, getting that manipulation at the highs, selling off, getting a Wyckoff right here, and then getting another range right here. So last cycle right here. Get a really nice Model 1 at the highs to create the range starting point, went down. Here's your accumulation. It was super nice as well. Come up, returning it with a return to zone, leaving liquidity, manipulation at the highs, sell off, break structure. Did we also break 2-week structure? Let's see. Yeah, so here, no, we did not. We did not even break 2-week structure back in the day. What structure did we break? At the time, it would have to be trading view. Okay. Looks like we broke right here, which is 2-day structure. It's still high time frame. Breaking your 2-day structure back to bearish right there, and and then you get that rotation down. But this is what I really want to highlight. There's a couple things I want to highlight. I want to show the patterns here. Here's this Wyckoff. Here's this Wyckoff. It's a little higher. And now we get it either a PO3 or something I like to call, we won't even say the name, but it's a 2-tap variation of a Wyckoff. You can see the similarities here. You got that naked low, then you come up, creating a range, creating a very nice return to zone with all this sell side liquidity. You get a manipulation up into supply, I believe. Yeah, so why you saw that supply is because I'm using extension on the other chart. We had to get rid of it, but we'll just make it regular supply. Front running supply, get that manipulation. Then you have the expansion down, completing the model. This Wyckoff Model 1 is now complete. So what we're looking for here is the exact same thing. We could be having a Model 1, 1, 2, 3, or we could be having a PO3 where, again, the manipulation phase was smaller than we wanted. Front running supply, but we did come into this supply right here. It should be a little bit more darkened right here. Perfect tap of this level right here. It's overlapping structure supply, if you guys really want to know. I'm not going to go onto the time frame that it's on, but we did our due diligence. There is perfect supply right here that we tap into. Selling off aggressively, breaking structured. And now you can either look at this like a PO3 or whatnot, but if this does then complete, we are expecting 74K. So do not be told maybe otherwise. I'd be very cautious buying anything right now until we complete this schematic right here. Little SMT here. Let's show USDT dominance locally. So since this is inverted, a little too far in. Since this chart is inverted, we are able to match it directly up with Bitcoin instead of doing the inverse. So here we have the same on USDT dominance, except it's even cleaner. This doesn't deviate the highest. We only have a 1 and a 2. Super nice. I would love to get something here. Maybe we take that low, but another slow pullback. Maybe some people get bullish again, bang, and then sell off, and then just make it to this target, and then obviously hitting our target. So we want to be lining this up with Bitcoin. Again, I want to iterate that this chart is inverted. This chart is inverted. Right, like this. So this would be lining up with Bitcoin. Notice this SMT at the lows. That was pretty unfortunate for me in a Bitcoin position I was in this range, because Bitcoin USD was the only pair to not take this low. Euro taking that low. Let's look at Bitcoin Euro as well. So we have the exact same range right here, slightly front running the supply I had, but sweeping super nice liquidity right here. Bitcoin Euro looks like USDT dominance, very similar. And again, it would be super nice if we could get a pullback. Maybe we take this low one more time, and then we come back up, creating some time displacement, bang into that POI, sell off, right like that, coming to our technical target, which is right here, same as Bitcoin. You can see how nice our return to zone could be. Again, people, if you didn't believe me on this range, also hit here on Bitcoin Euro. Again, unfortunate, but it's pretty irrelevant. So super nice range here on Bitcoin Euro. If it wasn't still clear, here's our range on total. And total is showing that we can go a lot lower, to be honest. There was really nothing here. Matchup also this accumulation with the Bitcoin accumulation. Do we have a good chart for that? No, we don't, unless we zoom out. But you can see how nicely it all lines up here. I was in the process of switching over from USD to USDT. Bang. Look at how perfectly that hits. But my main chart was on the USD chart, but I've switched over to the USDT chart. I think it is cleaner. I think it is the cleaner chart. So I hope all of this is now connecting. We didn't go over the total local range, because total is super nice. You can see the slight variations in all the models. Total is more similar to Bitcoin USD here, but maybe even a little nicer. to be honest. Total is super clean, and I would expect, you know, we'll do the same pre-plan as all the others. Take that low maybe one more time. If we're lucky enough, you know, I'm not saying we're going to be lucky enough, but to grind back up, hit that POI, and sell off, and honestly, you know, go for this target here. And we'd be able to move our liquidity curve like this. This would be ideal, right like this. So I think also SMT at the lows, this range did play out. I think it's pretty evident that we will complete this model and Bitcoin will go to 74K. Again, in trading, nothing is 100%. I am just presenting the data as I see it, and I would bet on this scenario playing out rather than, you know, a breakout to the upside per se, when we have all this supply up here anyways on every chart, and with everything pointing to coming to this technical target right here, and then potentially lower. We will see. Technically, the order flow is then over or back to neutral once we do complete this range. But this is kind of my breakdown of the current environment on Bitcoin. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I have been CJ, and I will see you in the next one. Peace, guys.